our sacred ancestor trees.
The sea awaits. There is much to explore.
Well, what have we here? The ship's alive, isn't she?
A slow, toothless smile stretches across her face.
To driftwood, then? It most certainly is. Forward!
With the sun on their backs and the wind in their sails, the God-woken watched Fort Joy shrink behind them. But their capture of the Lady Vengeance had not gone unnoticed.
I respect your mettle, sorcerers. You steal my ship, kill my bishop, and ally with demons. But you have no idea what you're really dealing with.
We are ready, mistress.
Yes, but are they?
I swear, mistress. I swear they'll perform admirably.
Very well. Show me. Goodbye, sorcerers. This is my ship. I won't see it taken from under my feet. You, act!
Oh, for the love of the void. Listen up. We can't win this one, but I can get us to safety. You'll need to buy me time. Show us what you can do, Godwoken.
Godwoken? Parasites, rather.
I'll take care of it, mistress. Here's all the cards. Let's see how it suits you.
Stop that elf! Her sorcery must be silenced!
That burning. It's like a bomb in my belly, ready to burst.
Hold them off. I need more time.
You will not take me again, Dallas.
Elusive little trigger. Let's see how it suits you.
These rats kill me, we're all done for.
That burning, it's like a bomb in my belly ready to burst. Glory is mine. Stop her! Don't stop. It's working. Kill me, we're all done for.
Silence the demon! She must be stopped!
If these rats kill me, we're almost there. A little longer.
Tears of blood exploded.
Ready to burst.
Bring her to her knees. Do it!
Damn, I'm good.
With the help of the half-demon malady, the Godwoken escaped through the veil that separates life from death.
The air here has a familiar smell, like the place you grew up. Old memories begin to well within you, but the sweet sour smell of decay suddenly punctures them. A faint creaking sounds in the distance.
Is that a tree? What's hanging from it? Must be a way across. Sendelius, the gods, are they dead? How can this be?
Before you hangs a great ethereal orc, his face twisted in a knot of pain as cursed tendrils constrict him. Tight coils wrap Tyr Sendelius from head to foot. His still face is set to a glowering sneer. Cursed tendrils tighten around Zorstissa. Her lips are moving, but no words seem able to escape her lips. Ever-tightening cursed branches constrict the great dwarven god Duna. His eyelids flutter, and his face, bluish and bloated, nods. Before you hangs a great... A small, stout imp winces under the countless cursed threads that bind her. Amadia hangs before you, her face cut and bruised, her chest barely moving. You think you see a tear run down her cheek. You lean in. That's no tear. It's sauce. The shimmering liquid is seeping from her wounds and dripping to the ground below her. Ralik hangs limp from the tree, cursed branches constricting him, snake-like from foot to shoulders. His helmeted head hangs slack at his side, but a barely audible wheeze rasps from his lips. Hurry! As he regains consciousness, Tyr Sendelius frees an arm from the tendrils that bind him. He clutches at the coils, but cannot rend them apart.
Curse these snakes! Curse these binds!
The others too? Am I the first to wake? It doesn't matter. There is no time. You must leave this place. It's too dangerous. It struck even here, in these halls. Invisible it creeps. The void. It is here. The cosmic spider ever weaving its webs. The void is coming for us gods. Coming to drink us dry of our powers. We stand no chance, not here. Obey me. Soon the Seven will be nothing but morsels in the maws of the void. Unless you do as I bid you. Do what I blessed you for. You have already set loose some of the powers locked within you. But there is a great well of possibility as yet untapped. You cannot stop until you ascend to the highest heights of your power. You cannot stop until you become divine. Like Lucian, you will be called to unite the powers of the Seven against the Void. Like Lucian, you will lead our proud people to preeminence. But unlike Lucian, your weakness will not lead you to foolish failure. Either a new divine rises, or the world falls prey to the Void. One of the Godwoken must become the new divine, and that Godwoken must be you. You are my champion. So set off in pursuit of divinity. Good. Now hurry. Get out of here before... Hush. It's here. The spider's here. Run! Go! I will find you. I'll be in...
White-hot cold pierces your heart like a blade. You are frozen to the spot. The burning cold pumps through you like a curse, and then...
What's happened here? Where is everyone?
The same troubled look is visible on each face. You've seen the gods beaten and defiled, strung up as a warning.
The gods are dead. Long live the Godwoken. If the Seven should indeed come to nothing, I'll be ready to take their place.
The Void has been pushed back before by the power of mortals. The gods couldn't handle it. But maybe we can.
What can yet be blessed, can yet be restored.
One way or another, Divinity will survive. Through all of you, and all of me.
The squirrel looks around the boat, chittering excitedly. At least he sounds happy.
Where is everybody?
Hidden away somewhere. Safe from the storm, I hope.
It's so cold. I haven't felt cold in centuries. What happened? I just remember... Oh no. No, that can't be right. This is wonderful. What a fascinating experience. And I will be able to spend eternity studying you creatures. No more having to watch from the shadows. No more having to walk mysterious social tightropes.
The skeleton pulls a notebook from the folds of his robes and starts scribbling. As you walk away, you hear him muttering about observations on the the Mortal Races, Volume 1.
I still hear it. It's still there. It'll never leave me alone. It'll never leave me alone.
She clenches her ghostly fists and sets her jaw.
Find it. Destroy it. Make it leave me be.
People are going to perish. People are going to die, and I can't stop it. She'll do it now. She'll never stop. She'll never stop.
Where have you been? I can't keep this up much longer. We need to go. There's no time. I can't hold us here. Brace yourself. This might hurt. A lot.
The chill of the Hall of Echoes clung to the Lady Vengeance as it returned to the shores of Reaper's Coast. The Godwoken were alive, but what of the gods?
Solid ground materializes beneath your feet. Your weight falls back into your body all at once, and bright sunlight stings your eyes. As your eyes adjust, you realize you're still aboard the Lady Vengeance. A gust of fresh sea air caresses you, and warm sunshine prickles your skin.
One moment, please. Just a moment.
Malady explodes in a fit of retching that racks her body. At last, she sneezes and expels a glob of something shiny and silver onto the deck. It wriggles quickly off the siding and plummets into the sea with a splash.
Better. Let's not do that again anytime soon, hmm? Well, we needed to escape, didn't we? So I took us the one place I was quite certain Dallas couldn't follow. I suppose you recognized the Hall of Echoes from those visions you'd had before. Realm of the dead, realm of divinity. I do hope you learned something useful on our little field trip. Desperate how? I see. So, your god seemed uncharacteristically frightened, told you the void was coming, and that only you could ascend to divinity, after which you felt a cold deep within you. Well then, it sounds like you need to ascend, doesn't it? And quickly.
She inspects her fingernails with great attention, then looks up at you from under an arched eyebrow.
Did they mention how you were meant to become the next divine? Oh, what confidence you inspire. Luckily for you, Mama Malady is here to help. We already know you can bless, but as far as I know, you can neither see source nor take it as you see fit. I may not know much about divinity, but I do know that any godwoken worth their salt will know how to perform all these oh-so-fantastic feats. You need to go see the Meister. She's got one of those things in Driftwood, you know, the building where people go and they do things inside of it. A home, that's it. She's got a home in Driftwood. Give me your map. There you are. Tell her I sent you and she'll handle the rest. You're at the beginning of a long journey, Godwoken. Long, but exceedingly interesting. Now, I must be going, and so must you. Why, our faithful little sloop, of course. We can all ride together. Won't that be terribly fun? Before you go, if I'm not back by the time you find out where our journey takes us next, you can call me back here. Tell the ship. She'll know how to summon me. And in the unlikely case you don't manage to do whatever it is you'll need to do to become what you need to become, you could call me, but I would be grateful if it doesn't come to that.
The squirrel reaches out and touches your ankle, sending a hot flush rippling through your body.
Hail, friend, and remember, in Lucian's love there can be no wrong.
I hadn't realized I was in such illustrious company when we met before. Most fascinating, the things I've been hearing about you. honor me with your repeated presence.
The squirrel's note.
You honor me with your repeated... you honor me with your repeated...
Here we are, Reaper's Coast. We made it. The hunt, like always. To be Godwoken is all well and good, but above all, I've yet to find the Master. Sadly, I learned nothing new in Fort Joy, but I recognize these lands. We're close to where I was once captured. We should find out if lone wolves prowl Reaper's Coast still. Perhaps I'll pick up a promising scent yet.
Go ahead.
That Voidwoken had someone in its claws.
What happened here? A Magister caravan. I remember one just like this picking me up. Could have been a shipment to Fort Joy. But what happened here?
Your grip tightens around the blade's hilt. You never felt such rage. These freaks, they are tearing the world apart. They must not live. Rivellon must survive. From the dark, you stare up at the thin slivers of light visible between the floorboards. Shadows ripple across the slivers, accompanied by heavy footsteps, Magister footsteps. Wood creaks above your head. One of them has paused. Your breath catches in your throat as you wait for him to move along. But the hatch is suddenly yanked open. Light floods you, blinding and accusatory. You hear only one gruffly barked word before the hands seize you. Gotcha!
No, it's not true. It can't be true.
You remember a cold childhood in a no-hope fishing town, bullied mercilessly by a dwarf named Lohar. With no other prospects, you sign up as a Magister, eager for the power denied you all your life.
Not true. Can't be true. No, no, no! Can't be real. Not real. Not happening.
White as driftwood salt, the dwarf flinches at your approach, yet she holds a short, clean blade aloft. Her fierce stance can't hide the trembling of her fingers.
Back! Get back! I'll kill you, just like the rest of them!
She slumps, all bravado draining from her.
No, 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 no. I've never seen anything like those beasts before. Are they gone? Those? Yes. Worst ones I've ever seen. Ripped through the Magisters. The dwarves. Dead. 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 And the sorcerers. Sorcerers. Gone.
Her eyes stare vacantly into the distance, glassy as marbles. It's not cold, yet her shivering is relentless.
I don't know. I don't know. Old Duna's beard. Lohar. My boss Lohar will want to know what happened to them, but I can't remember. Her helping sorcerers. We thought we could help them against the Magisters, but...
She flinches at the slightest rustle of wind through the long grass. Terror in her eyes, she stumbles away from you. You stride past the chained sorcerers and climb onto the caravan without complaint. As you settle onto the bench, you offer Ralik's blessings to the Magister Guard. He offers only a bleary-eyed stare of disinterest in return before shoving the chained sorcerers aboard. As you watch them cower, you cannot help but feel annoyance. After all, don't they know they're going to be saved? Warm red wine flows down your throat. The languor of a tavern evening soothes you. Suddenly, shrieks rend the night. The Magisters have come. Warm red blood flows down your face. Eloisa was the prettiest girl, not to others, but to you. Her luminous eyes shone brighter than the moon. The day you collared her for Fort Joy, you wept every tear you had. You never cried again. Work, work, work. That's all there was in Driftwood for a dwarf like you. Until you got involved in the anti-magister resistance. Then, the work was still there, but also purpose. Purpose worth dying for. Collared by magisters in the far north, you were force-marched to this foreign land. A moment of hope as a grinning dwarf removes your source collar. Seconds later, void-woken death. A scruffy kid bounds up and stands before you, hands on hips. He stares at your face, doubt screwing up his features.
You Ben Mez? Yep, that's just what he said you'd say, Ifan. Righto, got a message for you. Chap called Baron Laveri wants to see you. Black Bull Tavern, first floor.
The kid shoves his hands in his pockets and ambles off, whistling an off-key tune. Welcome to Driftwood.
About running off?
Get yourself in check, boy. I won't have you running off like Millicent and Tully. You'll just end up sliding down some Voidwoken's gross gullet, piece by piece.
The older-looking magister notices your presence. He wipes his grubby hands downward across his greaves, as if to wipe away the grime, but instead smears more dirt onto them.
Hort elf, what word do you bring?
His face goes pale, and his eyes open wide. The magister that greeted you remains stiff, as if enduring a harsh wind.
The Voidwoken come.
Hush, Fader. You may pass, traveller. Dare say you'll be aching to leave before long anyway. But before you do, find Raymond, the White Magister. He'll want to know what you've seen. Be quick, mind. He's set to sail any moment.
He nods his head in the direction of the bridge, but offers no other instructions.
As long as you stay put, you'll be safe.
Are you sure? Them sorcerers from the caravan?
They'd be daft to come back. And as long as there's no sorcerers, there's no Void Woken. You're fine as long as you don't go wandering.
Last time I was here, I summoned my wolf right in the tavern. All hell broke loose. Good times. Good times.
The woman in front of you yawns so wide, you can almost see what she had for lunch. Catching your eye across her wares, she rolls both of her own.
Oh, a customer. Welcome to Four Sisters, creators of the all-singing, all-dancing, world-famous Sorceress Sundries. Sooner you tell me what you want to buy, sooner I can get back to doing what I like best. Nothing. So... don't hurry back.
Ifan Ben Mezd is our live and breathe. I don't know how you got free, but it'll be back.
One eye squints, the other bulges out even further, as if to compensate.
Oh, it's you, all right. It's definitely you. What? What?
The Magister is extremely flustered. She blushes bright red, red as a Magister's robe.
I want nothing of the sort. You hear? Nothing like that. No. Get away. Get out of here. Get!
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it. You're a delicate one, ain't you? Hope the smell don't drive you off. You needing supplies? I'd stock up if I were you. It's madness out there. Never seen anything like it. Anything more?
Stinks of the void. What kind of rat would sell such filth?
Guy that don't fancy starving the rest of this town. It's all well and good for you with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Until later, then.
Latest news! Fresh from the War Owl! Hear all about it! Many a latest, my friend. The war, the bishop, the queen. What tickles your fancy? Ain't looking too good for them lizards. Word is, the Divine Order's gonna hit the ancient empire and hit it hard. Don't need to tell you, of all people, them sauce-loving lizards don't stand a chance. Ain't no one left standing when you treat them to death, folk.
Keeping it together, Bree.
If prices keep going like this, we'll be starving by the end of the month.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Wars are brewing, my friend, and we may find ourselves on different sides, in which case prices will go up. Buy now while you still can. Special prices for you while we're still friends. War is hell, my friend, but it's
They don't
very
come
good
visit
for
your
business.
tongue.
Good luck
Who
to you.
will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Hear ye! Hear ye! Bishop Alexander was slain by
together, Reed.
culprits still at
I'm
large.
all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Hear ye! Hear ye! Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen for insubordination!
Keeping it together, Reed. I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it. You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Well, don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Reed. I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Culprits still at large!
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen for insubordination!
Keeping it together, Reed. I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Well, don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Well, You look down at the cart and see fish with flaking scales, tumours and, in one case, 3 heads.
As you will, chum.
Buying or selling? Capital. Good luck to you.
Hear ye! Hear ye! Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen for insubordination!
Keeping it together, Reed. I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among. Never forget it.
A valiant warrior against the void. destroyed. The path thus ended, the conclusion of a noble bloodline. You have interrupted my newest masterpiece!
The bard clears his throat and gargles on his own saliva. He then returns to his poem, but his voice cracks mid-verse.
Well, never you mind. Every sonnet I compose is a masterpiece, and my muse has been begging me to write something new. Well, my friend, if you tired of the current recitation, my talents await you.
You got nothing to be scared of.
Yeah? You're good with the magisters caging anyone up?
He fixes you with a stare, looks you up and down, weighs you up, the cut of your cloth, the weight of your bag. A moment passes. Then a smile creases his face, a smile carefully constructed to look friendly and authentic, a smile that doesn't reach his eyes.
Greetings, stranger. Looking to ease the pain of a decaying world? You're in the right place. Beers are ordered at the bar, but can I interest you in a nourishing bowl of stew?
Damn right. I got a right to live, don't I? Throw him in a hole for all I care. It's the greater good.
I don't think you know even a smaller good if it bit you on the arse.
Hold it. Papa no, you no go.
He grins, unpleasantly.
Moha didn't tell me to let anyone of your description in, so why should I?
He grabs your hand eagerly and laughs as you execute the finicky ending maneuver with much panache.
You're the right sort for downstairs and no mistake. On you go, on in.
I don't think you know even a smaller good if it bit you on the arse.
May the seven usher us.
Stew is good, if you're thinking of eating.
Not right now.
A prim woman in a starched apron wipes a glass with a clean rag. She pins you with blue, steel-sharp eyes as you approach the bar.
Blessings upon our Lucian, 7 times divine.
Her eyes soften and crinkle as she smiles.
I see your mother raised you very well indeed. You and my Niles would get along. Nice to see an unfamiliar face. What brings you to Driftwood, darling? You've still some way to go yet, then. What can I get you in the meantime? You ought to enjoy a little rest while you can. Don't you worry. The Magister will keep you safe while you're here. My boy Niles over in the Joy makes sure of that.
Not right now. I don't think you know even a smaller good if it bit you on the arse. What would I do?
Ah, finally. Your colleague over there is absolutely useless. I'll have a bowl of the house stew, if you please.
Oh, pity. I've been trying to get a little something to eat all day. But the giggleheads who run this establishment don't seem to be willing to provide a fellow with his fair portion.
After all I've been through, too.
He lowers his gaze, then looks up at you expectantly.
Heartless.
The chosen of a noble bloodline. Who shall rise? Who gains the title most divine? We wait, we wander and wonder, seeking signs from the gods. May the seventh usher us to paradise.
Curiosity kills the cat. Or
The
gets
town
a
is
sense of
poor,
more
but
joy.
this room is rich.
You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard. Then you're an idiot.
The bell still rings.
Absolutely not. The coffers, man. The coffers, they're to be guarded day and night.
As you approach the silken-robed noble, Ifan does a double-take and laughs in recognition. He pulls you to one side.
I know this man, and he's not at all what he seems. A moment.
Ifan bounds forward and embraces the man, all effusive greetings. As they part, talking animatedly, the man's beard slips sideways down his face. He's wearing a disguise. Ifan laughs as he straightens the beard. They chatter away for some time, using a guttural cant you struggle to understand. At one point, the man says something and looks over at you intently. Ifan waves his hand and laughs. The man hunkers down and seems to be sketching a rough map on the floor, using an apple, some playing cards, and a fistful of threads pulled up from the carpet. Ifan claps the man on the back and turns to leave.
Well, now we know the way to the sawmill. And we know Roos thinks I'm bringing you there as part of the Godwoken contract. Look at that. Roos camped out at the sawmill.
Got a pick you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm...
I've spotted something.
Look at that. A fresh face. Lean and lovely. Like any true elf.
Ifan approaches you, a drink in his hand and a wide smile on his face. He clearly feels at home in this grimy place.
Want a drink?
He grins and hands you a drink, full of good cheer.
It's really been some adventure so far, eh? That I can understand. But one must stop to appreciate the good moments, right? And if this isn't a good one, I don't know what is.
Ifan looks around at the Undertavern, contentment plain in his eyes.
Ah, well, plenty of drinks to be had when the world's saved. To Rivellon.
What do you want? Boss is busy. Good. Boss could use some good news. Listen up. Don't waste his time. These are explosive times. Be respectful. I brought you up from girl to woman, Marla. Like you was my own. This.
He lifts his right arm, showing a white bandage beneath his ribs. A wet red spot shows through.
This ain't the thanks I expected. Who sent you?
The formidable dwarf slams his fist on the side table. You hear a loud crack.
Enough! Do you know they killed Anhar? Do ya? Start talking sense or I'll take that tongue right out of your mouth and fry it for supper. Bart, Cade, get her to talk or bleed her out. She ain't one of mine anymore.
His sneer travels from the restrained dwarf to you.
And you. You better have a damn good reason for coming here. Brave lad, waltzing in here now. I hope for your sake you've got good news for me.
I heard rumour Mortis is working for the Order. What say you?
If you don't already know the answer to that, I reckon you don't have much to tell me.
He winces loudly and holds a hand to the bandage on his side. The large red spot in its center has grown larger and wetter.
The best of the best. Taught her myself. Under the third ribbon out again, just like that. Lucky for me, she caught an old wound. Scar slowed down the knife. So, how'd you make it out of Fort Joy? Why not? I love a good story. Here's one I heard lately. A group of strangers landed on the beaches outside town. Meister Seaver's people. You one of her little seekers? Chasing down Godwoken and begging them to save us all? So? What do you want? Ah, I should have guessed. And it just so happens I can help you. Depending on what you can do for me.
He gestures towards the bandage across his side.
Had a bit of family trouble lately. My girl Marla got it in her head to come after me with a short blade. That ain't like Marla. Ain't like her to pull the silent treatment either. Something's going on. And wouldn't you know it, that blade she used wasn't any normal bit of steel. Belonged to another of my people. Guy's name is Mordus. Bit of a loner, but smart as hell. I sent a few guys to go check on him, see if he knew what had got into Marla, but no one can find him. I'd like a word with the guy. Glad you see it that way. No one's seen him in a good few. I've got some people checking out his house near the tavern now, though. Tell them I sent you, and they'll let you know what they've found. Truth is, they might be glad to see you. Reckon a sorcerer will have better luck finding one of their own. I'm listening. That's right. Lost one of my best lads, Anhar. Didn't get Jalia's body back, though. Maybe one of them beasts took her like they did the sorcerers. Well, I reckon that's good news. Poor thing. She'll be back in time. She and Anhar were sweethearts. We will, once the Reds turn down the alarm a bit. They're jumpy as all hell for the moment. Won't do anyone any good to raise a ruckus now. Good. One more thing. Like I said, Mordus is a sorcerer. Maybe even one of the ones Seaver's after. If there's something you want to find out from him, you might want to ask before I have my word with him. Here, you can take this off my hands. More suited to your kind, really. Good luck.
Tell the truth now. Who was it that sent you?
What's got into you? Working for the DO, I bet. That's the spot. I'll saucer you, Dallas. It's off to Fort Joy you go, nasty sorcerer. You can stay there with
No
the
rest.
turkeys.
No rest until the killer is found.